Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna share with you guys programs and career in Canada. Salut mes amis, j'espère que vous allez très bien. Mbote na bandeko nyonso boza kolanda ngai lelo na kotangisa bino to kopesa bino bainformation mwa mingi programme nini okoki kotanga na Canada, carrière ya ndeni okozala nango même mpe soki oza na États-Unis problème eza te. Raison oyo esalaki natangisa bino oyo to na explike bino eza expérience à vie. Expérience à vie nanga ntango nazali na Kisasa, ntango nake na Centrafrique, ntango nake na États-Unis, ntango nakoti na Canada. Alors, nakoloba biloko mwa mingi. So guys, I'm gonna explain to you guys a lot of stuff, okay? A lot of stuff happened to me when I was young, when I left my back home. I used to live in different countries in Africa. I moved to US. After US, I moved to Canada. So I'm gonna explain to you guys the mistake we make as African and what I learned to solve this problem. That way the other people don't have to repeat this. If you study sociology, we say monkey see, monkey do. So we don't need to repeat monkey see, monkey do. Okay. So yeah. In real life, you need to have a direction. Okay? You need to have it. So if you don't have a direction, just let me give you an example, okay? You're driving and you don't know where you're going, you're gonna have a problem. Okay? So that's what I put here. 93% of the stranger would respect your dream more easily than your family does. Okay? I'm gonna read again. 93% of strangers would respect your dream more easily than your family does. It's painful to be without direction. Men lies. Women lie. Numbers do not lie. Satan cannot create anything. So, the main reason I quote this based on my life experience. Okay? So these guys have a lot of respect for him. Some of this stuff, the knowledge I gain. Because when you have time, you watch the other people, you read the book, you're gonna understand. Right? So I master from these guys. I learn from them. I don't just sit, watch the comedy or the TV and laughing. No, I learn from their life experience, what they do, and then in real life, you need to learn how to say no. Okay? You need to learn how to say no. You need to make the right decision for you. I'm gonna give you guys a few examples. A person who if you have let's say you are when you were a child, okay, and then you didn't do well in school, high school, it can affect you when you grow up. And you may, they think like you can get your master degree, PhD, all those kind of stuff, but your past life can cause a problem, and you're gonna stuck a lot of people not to come up because of your past life. To me, the main reason I'm saying this, most of us, we don't know how to say no. We just yes, 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 yes. No, don't do that. I master from these people. No, David, I learned from him how to say no. Okay, when I watch him a lot of stuff, You need to learn how to say no. William, I learned from him too. Okay? DMX, I learned from him. About him, I learned about Satan. Because he say what is right and then he's telling you the reality. These guys also I learned from him about Satan too, but he both of them dead. He's African. He say a lot of stuff, it make me believe that God exists, Satan exists, but um the way I am, I don't bother with Satan. I leave him alone. I don't have any problem with Satan. I don't need to worry about him. But I just learn from their life experience based on what happened to them, how they handle the situation. That's why um I end up quote what they said. Okay, we come here. When I was in my back home, I did my preschool there until when I start high school. So I left my back home just when I start high school. In my back home, when you you start high school, you have to decide what you want to do in life. So in my case, I decided to become an electrician. So I remember when I left my back home, before I left my back home, I was doing well in high school. To be honest with you, when I was in my back home, I did like excellent in school. But a lot of things went wrong when I went to live with my oldest brother. He's a doctor. I don't know what happened. It was that time I was young, and it was a terrible experience I experienced with them. It's not right. It's my parents didn't know what happened to me, and my oldest never explained to my dad what happened. So, but he's a human. He make mistake. Forgive him. You know what I mean? So it's a family. When you deal with the family, there's a lot of problem, but you have to be patient with them. So when I left my back, when I was young, before I passed high, before I complete my preschool. I did well, and then I started high school. While I was in preschool, oh, it was amazing. I understand. I learned English when I was in preschool. I learned English. I learned English. But they don't teach English, but I had a teacher. He's amazing. He used to explain to me a lot of stuff. And French, I learned French well when I almost finished my uh, sixth grades. Yeah, that I remember that time. I did well in math. In math, yes, 100%. I can say 99. Chemistry, I learned chemistry my back home. Based on my oldest brothers and sister, I used to read their notes. Physics, same thing. Biology, same thing. Computer, no. I didn't know computer when I was in my back home. Electricity, yes. The idea of electricity comes from physics. I used to read my oldest brother their books. That time I wasn't even in high school. No, to know if your son or your daughter has a brain, smart one, watch them when they are at the age of most of the time for my life experience, like at age of 9. That's how I know myself that I'm smart. I knew that because what happened, I struggled to learn French back home because the main reason I struggled to learn French back home was I had a different teacher. He was aggressive, really bad. Like if you come to school late, like not late, like you don't understand a little thing, oh boy, he's gonna start beating you. So this kind of stuff infects kid. It infected me a little bit to learn French that time because I didn't like to be in his class. I remember that I didn't like at all. Plus the environmental where you live or the school located, I didn't like it. So when I ended up having different teacher that time, It was amazing. And then also the classroom is really important when you're in school, in the classroom, when you're getting the air. It's really, really important because I remember that time when I was in preschool, my class used to be in the back side. So it's kind of hard. And the washroom in Africa, that is not that good. So to me, I was kind of picky. I didn't like the dirty stuff and all those. Like when you go in the washroom, I didn't like that. So those kind of stuff affected me a little bit when I was a little. To uh, like to be in class, I didn't like that. I didn't like dirty. So I remember after when I passed, I was in fifth grade, yeah, and when they moved me in a different class, and my class was right there near to I remember one of the tree. It's amazing experience. So what happened is the air, the nature air, like the nature one, everything fresh. When I was in class, you can feel amazing, and I did well. I ended up being the third person, like the first, the second. That was me. I wasn't number one in my class. No, I wasn't number two. No, always number three in my class. And when I passed in high school, I had a lot of experience on electricity and electronics. This I knew this since I was in the preschool. Okay, and this math, English, uh, chemistry, physics, biology, electricity, electronics. Since I was in a preschool, I knew it. I knew that. And what happened? Please watch the other video. I was talking about my autobiography. You guys gonna learn about me there. So when I left back home, I passed. I started high school, and then I went to a different country. In that country, they don't have the system we have in Congo. So I told my brother I have to return my back home because of education system here is not good, but it wasn't that good. It's I was very young because my brother, his background is different. He's not like me on technology. No, he's in a religion. Like you study about God, Jesus. He's in that kind of stuff. So for me, I knew already that something is wrong. I have to get out because what I want to study, they don't have it here. I don't want to be a theologian studying religion. I didn't want that. Until today, no, I don't like. I'm not into that. Well, for now, I understand it, but back in the day, no, 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 no. I don't want. I have nothing to do with theology because I understand electricity, all those kind of stuff when I was young. So I remember when we were in Africa, in different country, with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nephew. When we moved, we traveled to US. The thing even get worse than Africa. Worse. So some stuff it's kind of private. I cannot talk about it here. So the thing went wrong in the US. I didn't go in school. In the US, I did the ESA classes and then high school just for a couple days. And then after that, I moved to Canada. But moving to Canada for my life experience, no, it was worse, 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 worse. Because that time I didn't have my high school diploma, and I was so young. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. You know. So the time. It's really important to pay attention on time. Time, you don't play with it. Okay, you don't play with your times. No, 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 no. It's really, really important to watch out. Your age goes up, not down. You never gonna see your age go down. Always up. The time, watch out for the time. So to me, the time I left my back home, if I didn't go live with my oldest brother, by now, by now, I should have my I should have my PhD. By now, I should have it. I should become a doctor. But something hurts me a lot when I was with my brother. He didn't really. It's very hard to say it is. He didn't care about my education. It was a terrible experience. I was home in US like for 2 years. I never go to school. Like I was my back home. So for me, when I left my back home, it was I didn't. It's a terrible, but don't give up. For my life experience, when you face a difficult moment, don't give up. God is there. God gonna help you, but yourself also you have to learn how to deal with the situation. Most of the time, you're gonna face financial problem if you're alone. In my case, I was young when I moved to Canada. I have no brother, no sister, like no sibling, just myself alone, and I know nobody. I couldn't even speak that time. I didn't speak English that well. You know what I mean? So watch out for the time. The time is important. Education, I don't care what they tell you. Education is the key. You have to get it. To me, what happened in Canada, what I mastered in Congo when I was young, and the education I got from my parents, my mom and my dad helped me a lot. Without the education, what happened to me when I was my back home after when I traveled in different country to live with my brother and my sister-in-law and my nephew? What happened is it's sad, but I don't want to focus on that. Let's focus on positive. So when I moved to Canada, the people from Christian Reformed Church, we call them CRC. I didn't know that they have like a job for me in Canada to work in manufacturing. And I remember when I moved in Canada that time, a lot of people say when I came in Canada, when I moved to Canada, and then a week after I got a job, I started working as a full-time employee. I was so young. So young. That time, I should spend my life in school, not manufacturing. But my brother has a PhD. My brother I'm talking about has a PhD. I question to myself, a person who has a PhD, why he sending me to Canada to work in manufacturing? Why not the school? But in Africa, like in Africa culture, the culture we have in Africa, you cannot stand up, speak against your oldest brother. You can speak against your sister, but not the oldest brother. Most of the time, the oldest brother in Africa, they behave you as a king. Your dad is more like your dad, your mom. They're not gonna treat you like poorly compared to your oldest brother. So we call this siblings abuse. But in Africa, they don't know much about it. So you have to watch out. Manufacturing, my recommendation, if you are young, you move to Canada, you need to go to school. And you're going to get a part-time job in manufacturing. Don't spend your life here. Don't spend your life here. You're going to be miserable. Don't do it. I'm here. You see, sibling abuse, this is a lot in Africa. A lot. Most of the time, the oldest brother, if you have an oldest brother, they're going to abuse you a lot. Especially, most of the time, they abuse the sister a lot. And some of the oldest brother also abuse their young, the young brother. It's not, because in my case, the way I grew up, my back home, no. A lot of people likes me in my back home. A lot of people in Congo, oh boy, a lot of people likes me there. A lot. When I moved in US, US is a great country. Don't get me wrong. I love US, but when I was there, I didn't get education. And I was in US like almost what? I was there for 2 years and a half, but I didn't get education. But my brother has a PhD. Now, a person who has a PhD, he cannot support his own biological brother and send that person in manufacturing. Is that right? I don't know. So it's a mess. So watch out for the time. school, manufacturing, for part-time, yes. If you're electrician, like if you're electrician, yes, you can work in manufacturing because you're gonna be in a high position. If you're electrician, yes, okay, you can work there. You're not gonna do those kind of stuff. But in some situation, you have no choice. You can work in manufacturing too. But it depends. Come here, the college and the program in Canada. When you move to Canada, okay, let's say you and you're back home. You live in Nigeria. You live in, let's say, South Africa, okay, Congo, Angola, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Egypt, Morocco, all those kind of places. Finish high school first. Don't move to Canada and you want to get your refugee paper. You see the money you want to travel for ticket, the money you want to spend on different stuff to come here, get that money, pay for your tuition fee, complete your high school there. When you finish your high school, okay, try at least to go to university for 2 years. When you finish, when you graduate from university, and then you can travel to Canada or US. You're going to have a lot of opportunity. Even if you want to get your master degree in electrical engineering, electronics, healthcare, do it. When you move to Canada, your life is going to be easier. Even though, the time you're going to struggle to master English or learn English, you're going to be okay. This is the program you need to, when you move to Canada, you want to study. You see, electrical engineering, if you decide to study electrical engineering, electronics engineering, computer engineering, chemical engineering, okay, this program, yep, the right one, you go in the right direction. We come here. If you want to go, let's say you want to study, let's say you are a refugee, you don't have a high school diploma, and you want to become a nurse. But we have two types of nurse. We have a practical nurse and a registered nurse. That's what I put here, okay? Registered nurse and practical nurse. Nursing. So what happened if you don't have a high school diploma? I'm going to go back a little bit quick, okay? If you decide to go to study electrical engineering, you need to have math. Grade 12 math. You need to have English. If you live in Quebec, you need to have French. You need to have chemistry, physics. Okay, you need to have it. Biology, you don't have to, but it's good to have it. Okay, you need to have it. So, yeah, you need to have them. Okay, it's really important to have them. Now, if you decide to go to study, let's say, you want to become a practical nurse or registered nurse. If you live in Quebec, you need to have French, chemistry, physics, biology. You need to have them. Okay. If you decide to go to, you want to study electrical engineering, electronics, you need to have a grade 12 math. You need to have a grade 12 math. If you live in Quebec, same thing for French, math, chemistry, physics, you need them, okay? So it's really important. But in my case, I have all of them. All of them, I study them. Yeah, so in case you don't have a high school diploma or nothing, you are a refugee or newcomer, if you wanna to study practical nursing, or you wanna become a registered nurse, you need to take pre-health. Okay, pre-health is really important. You can take that. You can study this, or you can also go to our personal support worker. We call this PSW. okay, in Canada, PSW. Okay, so when you complete this, you can go in practical nurse, practical nursing. When you complete this, you can go to registered nurse. Okay, so in my case, I applied before for practical nurse because I want to become a registered nurse. But the thing is, I don't like the blood. I'm not the kind of person who want to work in a hospital. So as an IT technician, yes, I can do that. But for healthcare, no, I'm not the right person for that. So that's why I didn't want to involve with that. But I have no problem to study to go in medical school. I have no problem. I'm here. So if you decide to go to university to study, uh, you decide you want to study any program, for example, electrical and computer engineering, yes, you are in the right place. Electrical and electronics engineering, yes, you are in right place. Computer science, yes. Like in my case right now, um, I want to become a teacher. I want to teach. Okay, I have no problem to like teach in high school or college or the first year university, undergraduate. I have no problem. I like that. And then later on, I can teach like graduate student program. I have no problem with that because, uh, like, to me, I'm okay with computer now. But in the past, several years ago, I didn't know much about computer. No, so I have no problem to study like computer science, right, and math. So I have no problem. So I can like teach computer science, math, French. I have no problem. I have no problem. I can do that. So but to do that, I have to get a degree. See, so I have to get a degree. At least if I can get my master degree and PhD later on, it's okay. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on what I'm doing. But I don't want to change my plan. I'm just gonna stay on the computer science. That's it. I don't want to go like program after program after program. No, 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 no. It doesn't help. In my back home, I start with this. This one as a kid when I was a teenager. This is what I have in my brain. My plan was like when I was my back home, when I finish this, right? And then my plan was to go to this school. I'm gonna show you the school where I want to go when I was my back home. So when I was my back home, I'm just gonna go on a browser and then I'm gonna show you guys for Easter. So when I was my back home, my plan was to go here in this university in Kinshasa, right, to study here. So my plan was let me see their programme d'études. So my plan was when I complete my program to go here and study uh yeah, so my plan was like when I was my back home, I want to go here, study this program. This is what I want to study. This is the one. This it's called electricity. So my plan was to study electricity industrielle. This one. This is what I want to study there in my back home. That was my decision after when I complete high school to go here. This is what they teach there. This is what I want to study there in my back home. But when I moved to my brother's place, a lot of things went wrong, completely wrong. A lot of things went wrong, wrong. Like to me, moving to Canada, no, no, no. It was wrong. It was a huge mistake because when I was my back home, if I could stay in my back home, go to this university, this one, right, and study electricité industrielle. When I complete this, I got my bachelor degree, right, or my master, and then move to US. Yes, That was my plan. But my brother is in a religion. He's in a theology, so his brain is a little bit different than mine. I think differently. He focuses more on religion in God, but he didn't really pay attention that, oh, you know what, my brother, his education is not going well, so I have to send him back home to finish. When he finish, come back. But I don't know what happened to my brother. I really don't know. Anyway, so was my plan to go here. You see, to go there, to start. Even computer science, they have they teach there. That's why I'm thinking maybe the way I'm thinking to go there to get my master degree in computer science to go there. That's what I'm thinking right now. Like just to go my back home to get my master degree in computer science and then return to Canada and then do my PhD. That's what I'm thinking to do. They teach everything we have here in Canada. They teach it there. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. If you decide to go to university and the program you want to study, electrical and computer engineering, that's the right program. Electrical and electronic engineering, yes, you're in the right direction. Computer science, yes. Healthcare, yes. Like in my case, I wanna study. Well, I don't wanna say like study because I really know what's going on in computer science. So to me, like computer science, math together, I'm okay with that. See, so you come here. So for a career, if you wanna you move to Canada. If you are a high school teacher, yeah, you're right. College professor, yes, yep. University professor, yep, yep. These are for my life experience. If let's say you teach in college, high school, university, yes, you go in the right direction. Okay, so your life is not gonna be really miserable. So in my case, I knew that when I was in the States, I shouldn't move to Canada. I should just go back to my back home. I should return to my back home, complete university there, and return North America. But I don't know what happened to my brother. I really don't know. We come here. So electrical engineering. If you have let's say in your back home, like the way I said, you study computer science or electrical engineering, you should be good. If you move to Canada and you work as electrical engineer, yes, yeah, you're gonna be all right because most of them makes a lot of money. They make a lot of money, a lot of money. Same thing for electronic engineer. They make a lot of money. Computer engineer, same thing. Software engineer, same thing. Self-employed. Like in my case, this is what I'm doing for now. Wow, not right now, because I just had I had like a surgery. So when I covered, everything's okay, and then I'm gonna start my school again, my class again. So I'm here. So if you work as a PSW, yeah, you're right. They don't make that much money. You're not gonna be poor. You're not gonna be rich, but you're just gonna be like that. If your husband is a nurse, your wife is a PSW, both of you gonna be okay. To be honest with you, let's say that I work as a computer engineer. My wife is a PSW. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. Practical nurse. Yeah, you're gonna be okay. Aaron, this one is a registered nurse. You guys gonna be okay. This one, if you work, this one is a registered nurse. Okay. Yes, if you are registered nurse, your husband is a registered nurse. You are PSW. You guys gonna be fine. If you are practical nurse and your husband is a RN, you guys gonna be okay. If you're a family doctor, yeah, that's way better. Way better because in my case, I don't like the blood. That's the problem. If it wasn't done, I have no problem to go to. I have no problem to become a family doctor. No, I have no problem. Even to become a lawyer, I have no problem with that. For to become a lawyer, in my case, I don't want that because of when you're a lawyer, you are a judge. Based on my life experience, I don't want to lie to anybody. I don't want that. I don't want to cause a problem to people their life. I don't like that. That's why law school. I don't like lying. Create a problem to people their family. I don't like that. That's why I stay away from those kind of stuff. Um, a dentist, same thing. That's not something I want. Surgeon, same thing. To become a surgeon, same thing. I don't want those kind of, opening people their brain or surgery. No, that's not what I want to do. You have to know what you want to do. So you come here. The benefits and the advantage of having Asian employee in Canada. Um, Based on my life experience, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, and Indian. If you are African, you have a business, you have money, you want people to work for you, you are humble. For my life experience, you need to get these people work for you. You need a Russian, you need Chinese, you need Japanese, you need Korean, you need Vietnamese, you need Indian. Some of you may say, wait a minute, why not African? I'm going to tell you, I'm not against African, but these people works together. Russian work together. Chinese works together. Japanese, they work together. Korean, they work together. Vietnamese work together. Indian, they work together. I work with Vietnamese. I got my experience from them when I was young. Okay? They don't complain. Like when you work with Vietnam, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, they work together. They don't complain. I work with Vietnamese. I have no problem with them. I work with black. There's a problem. They complain all the time. This. It's not right to keep complaining, fighting. No. Calm down. Solve the problem. So, Russian, I work with them. Chinese, no. A lot of Chinese own their own business. If you work with Chinese, if you work with them, most of the time maybe they're Apple, they're more high position compared to the black. Japanese, you're not gonna see a lot of Japanese in manufacturing. Like let's say for meat factory, candy factory. You're not gonna see Japanese there. No, Japanese they work maybe in the car like Toyota or those kind of stuff. You see them there, but meat factory, bread factory, or no, you're not gonna see Japanese there. Chinese, you can see maybe one or two of them, but you're not gonna see them on packaging. No, they're in a high position there. Korean, I didn't. Maybe if they're student, they go to college, university, and doing a part time. Yes, Vietnamese, not a lot of them. Maybe if you see Vietnamese there, the machine operator. Filipino, most of the time, Filipino, you're gonna see them. They're running the machine, like machine operator. But packaging, no, not really. Indian, yeah, you're gonna see them too. But most of the time, a lot of Indian, you're gonna see them on packaging. Most of the time, Filipino knows how to run the machine. Like if you work with them, like in the manufacturing, like in candy factory, meat factory, yes. For them, when they work themselves, they don't complain. No. When you put Indian work themselves, they do their business together. No, there's no fight. Same thing with them, same thing with them, same thing with them. Okay? They work together very peacefully. You come here, that's what I put. So they work together, working together, they get along peacefully and humbleness. These one are Asian employee, like Chinese, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, Indian. Yes, I'm not like against the black, but I'm just telling you guys the reality. We come here, they be on time, okay? They're always on time. For them, less violence. They don't complain. That's what I put like, eh? Because I work with them, I know their behavior. For the black, for us, the problem we have is we don't get along. Black people don't work together. When you put two black men or the other one there, the other one want to be on top of them and control them. You see the problem a lot of black people have? Because I remember when I used to work for Vietnamese, I have no problem. Back in the day, I work with them and then I understand them well and then no problem. When you work with black, there's a problem. Black want to be on the top. Okay? And they want to control you. Manipulation, no good. To me, I have a lot of experience. I know that when this person is abusing the other one or not, I understand. But to me, no, I don't put up with that. When somebody try to do, they come and then they want to start controlling the other people, I tell them, no, it doesn't work like this. Because I remember one time when I was working as a seasonal employee, and then I was in college there. One of the guys, he came and then he was arguing with one of the old ladies. She's white. She's a white lady. And then that guy is a white dude. And then he disrespect that white lady. I wasn't happy about it. And then my supervisor know me well. I work well. And then he understand that when something is wrong, my supervisor come to talk. Well, I remember that time when my supervisor came to me and then he said, "Can you come in the office? I want to talk to you." I'm like, okay. So I went in the office and then he asked me, "What's happened?" I told my supervisor what happened and then explained to him. I said, "No, you see the other guys, he has to go in a different line. Eh? And then this lady is a good one, so you have to keep the lady here. That guy's gonna go there." And then the same day later on, the guys fight with one of the Filipino lady. And then my supervisor called me again. I went to office. And then he said, "You know what? You were right. We have to fire him. We have to rid of him." I didn't say anything. I just watched and then he got fired. You have to learn to work together with people. You cannot be on the top of people. You want to manipulate everybody. No, that's not right. Working alone. A lot of black people like to work alone. It's not good. You need people to help you out. In some situation, yes, you can work alone. Some situation also you have to work with people, okay? They know everything. They know everything, especially immigrant, the newcomer. They know everything. The ego is high. They have a high ego, okay? And many of them selfish, okay? They cannot see the girl. That's what you're gonna face with a lot of the black men. No, when they see the white girl is there, they want to do something just to date them. That thing is causing a problem, especially if you have a wife. That's not the way. That's not the right way of living. You cannot just date there, date there, date there. It's not right. Calm down, control the situation, leave the women alone. You decide to find a job, to work, to provide the money for your family, the food, the rent, the mortgage. Leave those women alone. Same thing for the black women. For black women, not a lot. But for black men, yes, a lot. So we come here, and then for age and the gap, there's a problem with the age. When you are 30 years old, okay, you are immigrant and 30 years old, you're gonna face a lot of problem because of look, like the way I said before, the time goes up. The age goes up, not down. Now, when you're funding when you need, like, let's say you move here with your wife, and then you have to provide the food, the rent, all those kind of stuff. Now you need to have a career. When Indian from India move here, they have no problem. A lot of Asian, when they move to you in Canada, from 100%, they have 80% to be successful. For African, they stay in the same level. Because what happened in Africa, African society or community, many of us, we have the brother or sister, not even sister, brother who in a high position. No, that brother doesn't want to be, he just want to be himself alone, to be up. The other people cannot be in his position. If he has a PhD, no, nobody can have a PhD in his family, just him. Look at, for example, in my own case, I live in US. My brother is a doctor, but I couldn't go like in really college or university to study. Why not just send him back home? Say, look, when you finish school, move back to US and get education. No. So somebody who doesn't know you, he or she can help you easily to become successful compared to your own family member. The family member is a mess. So you have to watch out for the age, okay? Don't waste time. Don't waste time in manufacturing. Don't do that. You have to be careful. When you are 30, you have a high chance to spend your 10 years to get your PhD, okay? When you pass age of 40, you're almost out of the time. When you are 40, from 40 to 50, you have to be careful. Okay? Because when you come 50 years, when you are 50 years old, this one, in Canada, we're going to retirement at age of 65. Okay? So you have to be careful. When you're here 40, from 40 to 50 here, yes, you still have time. You have time. You running out not really running out of the time. You have time. Because what happened is when you go to your retirement at age of 65, you have, when you add it, you're gonna get 65. Now, when you are 40 to 50, you can spend your 5 years, 6 years to get your master degree and a PhD. But don't waste it. Like in my case right now, I don't want to waste time at all. I just want to get my master degree, get my PhD. That's it. No more wasting time. Some of you may say, why do you need this? I need my degree. Degree to do what with a degree? You need it to, if you want to apply, like you want to teach at university or college, you need a master degree. Some of them, they don't have it, but you need to get it. At least you need to get a bachelor degree or something like that. You need. Because I know some professor, like if you go in a public college, some of them don't have a PhD, don't have a master degree. I know some of them, they have a diploma, but they continue their education. Some of them in their back home, they have a degree. If you have a master degree, let's say from Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, China, when you move to Canada and then you're in college, you get a high mark and then you have a high chance to become a professor. You see, you can teach. So if you're a newcomer, please watch out for the time. Watch out. If you don't have education, you're going to suffer a lot. You're going to suffer a lot. And for the Canadian, I'm a Canadian. So we have a different background. Some Canadian, maybe they come from Europe, some from Europe, some of them from South America, some of them from Asia, some of them from Africa. But the way we see the thing is not similar to the others. Okay, so my life experience, get education. We come here, the gap. That's what I say. Age, gap, and running out of time. When you're from this age to here, be careful. Be careful, be careful. If you have to go get your degree, get it. Get it and start playing games. Start playing. because you're going to regret. For the newcomer, you have time. Go learn English. 1 year is not enough because English is not your first language. When you decide to go master English, I want you to know you're not going to speak as a Canadian. No. You're not going to speak like them. You're going to have an accent. I have an accent because English is not my first language. Same thing with French. French is not my first language. Lingala in reality also is not my first language. I speak Lingala, but my parents speak different language. So some of you say, okay then, because I know most of the time African blame the other people out. When you make a little bit mistake, like, when you speak in English, you say something maybe not in the right way of saying it or correct way, they're going to say, oh, look at his English, it's broken English. It's not that way. No, don't do that. The really Canadian or American, they don't judge you. They know that English is not your first language. They know that. The really Canadian or American, the white, no, they don't judge you. They don't do that. So you have to be careful here, okay? You have to be careful. We come here. Yeah, so I'm going to stop here for today. So thank you so much. You guys take care. Bye-bye.